Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Monzon Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook and also live on YouTube, where we connect with each other and with the news that I bring to the table and the comments and questions you bring to the table. So it's a nice time. I think it is. Anyhow, today is Saturday. It is 19th of April, and it is Semana Santa, and it's crazy. Let's see. Albert is reporting all the traffic in El Centro. Today, we have some photos of the beaches. We have some photos of the reenactment of the Passion of Christ. And we have other news to share, as always. So just get comfortable. Grab your favorite beverage. For me, as always, it is a nice cup of coffee. Still drinking it warm. It hasn't gotten hot enough to switch over to iced coffee, but that's coming at some point in the future. Let's get going today with news. In case you didn't get the memo, it is Semana Santa, and as can be expected, Los Muertos Beach and other local beaches are packed with people enjoying themselves during this Semana Santa weekend. I certainly hope people are mindful of advisories regarding jellyfish. I don't see a lot of people in the ocean, but still, I would not want to be stung. And of course, it is important to follow all the guidelines put forth by the lifeguards and whatnot. There are always possibilities of fatalities, and I understand that there's been at least one unfortunate death due to a person drowning. And of course, the Passion of Christ was reenacted in Puerto Vallarta, as it has been for many years. Although from this picture, it would seem that JC had to wait a moment for a certain soldier to finish making a telephone call before continuing with their path, I suppose. Of course, Pitillal had its own reenactment, and this one is perhaps the most traditional of all. There are a bunch of photographs included in this particular article. I know that a lot of people may have gone to the one in the Malecón because it's easier to get to, but the one in Pitillal is perhaps the most traditional. And we received news that Jalisco's Secretary of Tourism, Michelle Friedman, recently visited Puerto Vallarta's new Office of Sexual Diversity and highlighted the important work they do on behalf of the LGBTQ plus community. This initiative reflects the authorities' commitment to supporting and recognizing efforts that promote inclusion and diversity in the city. And of course, if you want to take advantage of the services offered at this particular office, the new office is located at Parque Lázaro Cárdenas, at Lázaro Cárdenas Park, right next to the entrance to the parking lot. And this is great news for people that shop at the Cuale market and for people that have their business there. The Munguia administration carried out the first deep cleaning of the Rio Cuale municipal market. The event was attended by vendors and market staff and volunteers, achieving significant community mobilization for the well-being of merchants, visitors, and tourism in general. Of course, the good news here is that cleaning was extended to the outside. The head of the market for the municipality, Daniel Alarcón, reported that just over 100 people participated, collecting around 350 kilos of trash. In addition to cleaning the market's interior and exterior, work was also done on pruning and cleaning the banks of the Rio Cuale, which borders the area. Now I quickly clear my throat. Hold on. Oh, that felt good. Now, here's an interesting one. The bottom line is, should the Malecón allow vehicular traffic again? Yes or no? Puerto Vallarta's Malecón is without a doubt the city's main promenade. It was remodeled 14 years ago, and the new layout was uh, closed for vehicular traffic, something that many now yearn for as they believe it was more accessible and had more life. There's been a big divide ever since between those that want cars to circulate right next to the Malecon and those that don't. Of course, with the new municipal government, the demand to reopen the Malecon has revived, and in response to the requests, Mayor Munguia has declared that he will leave the decision in the hands of the people. It is worth recalling that the first phase of the Malecon was built back in 1936, and it was expanded in 1940 and 1952. It stretches from the Fisherman's Square right in front of the Rosita Hotel to the Los Arcos Amphitheater. And in 2002, it was destroyed by Hurricane Kena and rebuilt in a record 2 months. But in 2011, it was renovated again with more planters and more pedestrian space, a space that has been largely leased to restaurants, bars, and neighboring businesses that have taken advantage of space outside of their businesses, adding tables, chairs, and other structures. So I certainly appreciate the debate. On the one hand, it's nice to have a not pedestrian free, a car free zone right in the heart of the city. On the other hand, I do feel for businesses that think that the amount of business that they get is diminished because cars cannot drive by. I personally prefer the pedestrian version of the Malecon, although I am curious to see what your comments are on this one. It's certainly not up to us, but Mayor Munguia has said that if it came to reopening to cars, it would have to be backed by a really strong survey and a really honest inquiry to the people of the city as to whether we should do this or not, which is, it sounds fair. I don't want it to happen. I'll be curious to see what your comments are when we get to them in a second. But first, let's take a look at the weather forecast just to see what's going on. Oh dear. Snarky Weatherman says, it's partly cloudy, fuckhead. Well, I don't see the clouds. It's bright and sunny out of my window. It is 27 degrees right now. Feels like 28 degrees. Humidity is at 68%, and our weather forecast says humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. We're going to have a high of 29 and a low of 19. Then tomorrow, Sunday, we can expect humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 29 and a low of 18. And we begin the work week, and again, with a humid day with mostly cloudy skies, a high of 29 and a low of 17. Now, you guys make my day when I receive from you suggestions of events to mention here at Coffee and Headlines. Sometimes the suggestions come in the form of, hey, don't forget to mention this. Thank you. Goodbye. And they don't include more information, the website or details of this, that, and the other, perhaps photographs. But it is always wonderful when a request or a suggestion to mention something comes attached to a Facebook event, a URL, and a gorgeous description attached to the event. This one came just like that from our dear friends from Rico Indian. Thank you, Monish, for thinking of me. And this is a grounding experience at Rico Indian restaurant that includes earth connection exercises, meditation, and you get to pick your own contribution. If it wasn't happening while I do my broadcast, this is going on this coming Tuesday morning, I would be there in a heartbeat. But for those of you who can attend, I don't know if the restaurant will be open for lunch after the event is over, but you cannot have a nicer Indian food experience in Puerto Vallarta other than the one that you get at Rico Indian on the Isla Rio Cuale. Once again, dear friends, thank you for sending this to my attention. I'm always happy to amplify things that I can hold on to. Whenever I get news about something, but I don't have the background information, it adds a little bit of time to the research, which sometimes I can do and sometimes I cannot do. So, again, thank you, Monish, for being so thorough with sharing this information. And now, before we go to our chit chat section, let's have another look at this. Psst. Hey, have you heard this one? How about this one? Or this one? In fact, there are a number of tunes out there that come from classical works, but do you know their composers or the titles? In my next music appreciation presentation titled, Oh, That One, we will examine a few of these very popular melodies and unpack their origin. But even better than that, we will play a Name That Tune game in which those present will be able to win wonderful prizes donated by awesome members of our Coffee and Headlines community. So join me on Oh, That One on Thursday, April 24 at 5 p.m. at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, so you too can say, Oh, that one! Oh, that one. Yes, I know that one. I don't know what the fuck the name is, but I know that one. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I posted the video on its own to the internet and to Facebook, and I got some lovely comments. Thank you very much. Somebody said, I'm not going to be there, but we want to go to the next one. Well, if it's a hit, we may do Oh, That One Part 2. There's a ton of classical music melodies out there that everybody knows because they're very popular, but knowing the origin story, that's the interesting part. Anyhow, let's take a quick look at your comments just to see what you're up to. Today, I am having fun. I'm having lunch. Well, I'm having fun lunch with my dear friend Nina Goodhope. I haven't seen Nina in quite some time, and we're going to go to Siam Cuisine at Los Tules, and I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Let's see what else. We have lots of good mornings. Oh, the sun is shining and the birds are singing. It's a good day. You know, there was such a nasty raccoon argument right outside of my balcony last night. There's an empty lot across the street from my house, and there's a bunch of raccoons that live in there. They were not having a good day yesterday. They were barking at each other, for the lack of a better words. I don't know what the raccoons do. Dogs bark, cats meow, raccoons, I don't know what they do, but I could hear it. Let's see what else we have. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that is fabulous. Buenos dias a todos on this sultry Saturday from San Mateo, says Christy. How are you, Christy? It's great to read you. I like your sassy language. Love it. Boom, 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 boom. Sherry doesn't want to drive along the Malecón. Thank you. Kelly doesn't want that. Jerome doesn't want it. I won't shame anyone for wanting cars to go along the Malecón. I certainly won't. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm looking through the corner. Monish just responded to the fact that I sent him a note, and he says things have been slower, and that's nothing to complain about. Well, anyhow, if you guys are craving Indian food, here's a shameless shout out to Monish and the nice people at Rico Indian. Enjoy it because it is absolutely delish. Let's see. Back to the Malecón. No shade for those that want cars. I personally don't want cars along the Malecón. In fact, I don't want cars in so many different places. It's not even funny. Marie says, "Good morning, Paco. Happy to hear you'll be going to hear Empress at El Rey on Monday. That's my general intention." Yes, that's my general intention. Oh, Mark, God bless you. Oh, that is so wonderful. Can you imagine how long your phone number would be in Roman numerals? I have no idea, but that just made me smile. Thank you so much for that. No vehicle, says Renee. Barbara prefers car-free Malecón. No vehicles on the Malecón. There you go. See, the only people that want to see vehicles on the Malecón might be, I'm not even sure about this, might be the businesses that are located along the Malecón. But, at least in my old mindset, if you're going to notice a business and you're walking past it and you're like, oh my God, there's that business. I might as well go check it out because I don't have to go park my car. I don't have to stop my car here and put the blinking lights on and destroy happiness for everybody else trying to get past my vehicle. I just don't understand the logic of opening the Malecón to vehicular traffic. Yes, it might alleviate traffic along some of the other streets, and that is a horrible problem for the city, and it's only gonna get worse. But I don't see it. If somebody can open my eyes to the logistic behind reopening the Malecón, I would very much appreciate it. And I see that so many of you, in fact, I don't see anybody so far mentioning let's open the Malecón business. I see a question here from Question Laura. Laura, hello, Question Queen. Any more information on the new pier? Just wondering. People are talking about it, but the city has not moved forward with any construction plans. If they had, we would have seen the headlines because that would be a huge, huge headline. In all fairness, there's so much construction going on elsewhere in the city between the airport and Las Juntas intersection and all that. Not even if it does not involve city workers, I think there's enough going on out there to start the new pier. Although, come to think of it, maybe the city is just waiting for Semana Santa to come and go to start on this project. Again, I'll keep my eyes open for this, Laura. Thank you for bringing it up. Ron says congestion pricing in our future during high season. Well, Ron, I have news for you. There's congestion year around. With all due respect for those people that think and feel in the mindset of high season and low season, traffic has increased throughout the city year around. And yes, you're right. One might argue that it's even worse during the fall and winter months, but it's nothing that is going to get better in the near future, I am afraid. René nos dice 19 más días I will be in PV, 19 more days. I love it. Oh, Christy says woohoo to seeing Nina, a mutual friend, but I must say Nina and I have something in common. We both become extremely hermit-like as we grow older. So again, it'll be wonderful to catch up with Nina. I haven't seen her in forever. I'm sorry, this is not, well, it is not funny for you. Our house sitter reports an invasion by a possum to our house while we're on vacation in Texas. Well, hopefully it was a friendly possum and hopefully nothing was destroyed. They're around. They're critters of this part of Mexico. Let's see what oh, Jonathan, you make me so envious in the best possible way the American Ballet Company performing Giselle with live orchestra. Wherever that is, enjoy and hold on to some good vibes and send them my way. That's my kind of thing. Love it. Oh no, Sean, I can't believe you have come and gone. No pun intended. Oh, that was rude, Paco. That was not nice. I can't believe your vacation is over. Um, um, I'm glad that you got some questions answered. I sure hope you added some things to your bucket list and you were able to check them off. And we look forward to seeing you back in my birthday month. Let's see. If the Malecón were dead, cars could bring it back to life, as happened with State Street in Chicago, but that's not a problem in Puerto Vallarta. People use that space every day for walking and bicycling. Thank you for that, Peggy. I appreciate that. Um, Albert forecasts that, hold on, let me put this on the screen. There will be no more street parking available in Centro in 1 year. Once all these new condos are finished, driving on the Malecón wouldn't help at all. My thoughts exactly. Thank you for your point of view. I don't think it'll take 1 year for the parking spots to be depleted. I think that is already a problem for the city. And this might be one of the reasons why the city is trying to introduce parking meters. Let's see. Marie says, I still think of the old pier as the new pier. Oh, God bless you. Oh, I remember when that was built. I love it. And Munish, speak of the devil. Oh, how nice to see you, my friend. Again, Munish is the proud owner of Rico Indian. Thank you so very much for brightening my day with good news of an event that I would love to attend. Unfortunately, I have a conflict with my broadcast, but I hope it is well attended. Grounding oneself with the planet sounds like something I desperately need to do. And this brings us to the end of this week and our final broadcast for the week. Thank you for another great week. Thank you for another week of purpose. And this is basically it. Thank you for being such an awesome community. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you on Monday morning. Rise and shine.